Welcome back to the Dragon's Lair, everybody. My name is Wade. This is my show Playtest. We are playing They Are Billions, and you'll notice I'm not actually playing because this is one of the dub videos where I am going over audio that I did in the past that is no longer any good. um, hey Jamie, when you come back this way, can you give me a knife, please? Sorry, I steak. I needed a knife, and the knife that I got was dirty, so doing some zombie clear out on the southwest side. Rocking my ball of soldiers, which looks like most of them is elite. Thanks, hon. Looks like most of them is elite. I got my little Veda right here, who sees my food and is trying to get my food. You know, doggos. Day 44. Looks like I got 10 days until the next zombie attack is coming. I don't live in the Stone Age yet. I still live in the Wood Age, which is weird to say, but if you've been watching these videos, you understand what I'm talking about. Got a pretty limited area, which is why I expanded up there. So I moved the border, if you will. Just I'm trying to find a good place to plop down a farm. Isn't that what we're all doing? Is just trying to find a good place to plop down a farm. I do think the majority of the attacks come from the south on this one. Oh, doing some upgrading of the tents. Because those tents got to be wood cottages. Bravo to the developers for game balance. I really do feel that this game is pretty well balanced, as hard as it is, and it is hard. I do feel like there's lots of balance. And kind of what I mean by that is, I remember back in this time period, I felt like my soldiers were able to handle stuff, but they would still get into danger because like executives are fast and they have a decent amount of health. Um, but then there are upgrades for soldiers, more damage, more health, and then that allows them to stay ahead of the curve because as the missions go on, there's more and more zombies on the map, and there are other types of zombies that do more damage or have a variety of different attacks. So I feel like you're able to keep up with that, which is what I'm talking about with game developer balance. So it looks like I just cleared the southwest valley. I don't know the right word. But were the zombies to come on the map from the southwest, that is where they would come because that's the only place they can come. I feel like it's the traditional wisdom in most games to bottleneck. Um, but I would almost rather have a big long wall. Let me back up. I would almost have a medium size wall. Because in their billions, the zombies can fit into a relatively small space. A lot of zombies can fit into a small space. And therefore, there'd be a lot of zombies in a small space doing a lot of damage to like one wall section. And therefore, they're just going to come right through the wall section. And then that's bad for business. So if I could have like a medium sized wall, there's room for the zombies to spread out. And they do spread out. But also, I feel like with a medium sized wall, I can put good defenses behind a medium sized wall. Several towers full of guys, an executioner, a shock tower. Like, I feel like a medium sized wall I can take care of. Bavadana. See my big one wandering. What you doing, baby? Wandering? Being a wanderer? This is my big baby. You want to get my food, don't you? You want to get my food. Oh, yeah, you're trying to be a YouTube star, huh? So it looks like I'm, throwing a great ballista, throwing some guys in walls, petting dog. Dad, I want your food. Dad. Let's see. 6 days away from, I don't know why I keep on saying alien invasion, from zombie fight. Don't flip my chair over with your weight. So it looks like I'm sending the soldiers down to the southeast to clear the southeast out. Yeah, working these gates is challenging at some points. Working these gates. You want to come up here? As opposed to just being weird, being half on and half off the couch. You want to come up here? I'll make space for you. I found the remote. I was looking for this remote. No. No? You just want my dinner? Or my breakfast? Is that what this is about? That's what this is about. She wants my breakfast. She won't eat her breakfast, but she wants my breakfast. Mending that wall up a bit. And we're clearing out the zombies. A lot of these missions, one of the objectives is clear all zombies off the board. Sorry, infected. That's a nice little town. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day like the one before. Hmm. My wife and I have a very special version of that song that we sing together with each other. I can't sing it on YouTube. The algorithm will get mad at me. But I can't be demonetized because I'm not that famous. I'm okay. I do this for love, not for money. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you guys want to pay me to do this, I would definitely be paid to do this. But at this point in time, I am just a nobody, and I'm okay with that. Beta, do you want up here? Do you want up here? I'll make you a spot. Make you a spot. It's a Veda. Hi, Veda. I guess this is their billions with doggos. You can have a spot up here. You can't have my breakfast, but you can have a spot. Mm. I'm just trying to look at what to talk about. Looks like I'm trying to find some good spots for farms, and there aren't good spots for farms. Yeah, I guess I would have placed it right there. Plus 50 food. Plus 50 food is good. I thought that said 50. Clearing it out. Ooh, there's more stone down there. I was really surprised that we got as much of the tech tree as there is because the tech tree is gigantic. Like, there's so much on the tech tree. So when the game first started and I started showing you the tech tree, I was like, oh my goodness, like, we'll never get half of any of this. That's how I felt. And obviously that's not true because when the game finished, we had most of the tech tree. Not all of it. I feel like we had 75% of it. I wonder if that 1,000 that you get when you complete the very last mission, you get 1,000 tech points, research points, whatever you want to call them, but you get 1,000 of them. So I was wondering if that's enough points to buy the rest of the tech tree. And it doesn't seem like it is because there's a thing right at the bottom of the tech tree that is like a massive chain. It's a very linear chain. Most of the other trees splits, but this doesn't split. Um, it it's all about resource delivery. So whenever the train comes, which is like every 8 hours, um, it brings, so like when you buy the first one, it brings wood. So you get like, I forget the number, like 100 wood, whatever, every time the train comes, whatever the number is. And then like the next one is stone, and then the next one is iron, and then I think there's an oil, and then there's like two golds. So there's like a stone, Sorry, there's a wood, a stone, an iron, two gold, and then there's like there's a one where it brings you a wasp, which I don't know how that works. It brings you like a free wasp every 8 hours, I think, which actually might be really useful. And then I think there's like another gold on there. I don't have it memorized, but point is at several points in time, I wondered if it would have been advantageous to have been putting points in that because that's free resources. And I really feel like I did not miss out. Because, obviously I played the game and beat the game and succeeded and everything like that. So I don't feel like I missed out to a big degree. But I wonder if I played it again with everything that I had, plus that, how much easier it might be. I don't know. That's just how I feel. It's just things that I think about. The things that keep me awake at night. Oh, it looks like my last zombie attack is already happening, and it's coming from the south. Oh, geez, there's an attack coming from the north. Oh, it looks like it came from one attack from the south and one attack from the north, which is pretty unique and novel in the sense that it's two attacks from opposite sides. Um, I really don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, obviously, I succeed, but go ahead and take a look. Oh, there's another one. Look at that. It looks like they hit me from all four lanes, which is interesting. Several of those look like they're not doing so hot. I don't know where my soldier ball is because I got caught up talking to you, but looks like I'm emptying out guys from one wall to go. Oh, geez, they got through the wall. Yeah, but I still have towers there that will be able to help. I probably have dudes dying right there. So the wall got broken into, but guys survived. So you notice that over there on the left, there's no longer a timer, which means there are no more hordes coming. I don't know why I'm rebuilding the wall. I really don't need to. I probably should just not thinking about that. Hey, Vita. My little sweetie. Veda was my COVID puppy. I was home for like, I don't know, 2 months, maybe 3 months during COVID. And Veda was my COVID puppy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good quality time. Right when we got you. Now I'm just sort of like, not panic building houses, but speed building houses, checking my time to, completion. See, and building outside the wall is really helpful. At the very least, building the Tesla towers outside the wall is really helpful because then when you defeat the last zombie swarm, then you can just plop stuff down on the outside. They're easy to repair. The zombies won't completely destroy them, they'll just infect them. It's a strategy that I employ quite a bit, and I can't imagine playing the game without that strategy. Gotta do those upgrades. Gotta become wooden cottages. You smell my breakfast. I know you do. Lots of good spots for fishing villages there. Man, there are times in this game where building on diagonals are not, it's not difficult at all. And then there's times where building on diagonals is like one of the most difficult things that there is. Still got 18 minutes left in this video. This should be the last video, however, on the narrow pass. Yeah, I'm just throwing down wood cottages. I should be building more sawmills. That's what I should be doing. Houses, houses, houses. Yeah, I gotta clear that out. Looks like I'm emptying out that tower to go to the southeast. Not sure why. Maybe it's not cleared out yet. From here, it looks cleared out, but not easy to always tell. At this stage of things, it's just kind of like put anything where it will go because you know you're not going to get attacked. Not by a big swarm. I'm pretty sure the rest of the zombies on the board get swept up in the last attack. I'm pretty sure. If you're playing this game, don't quote me on that. Figure that out for yourself. But I think that's how it goes. Like, do I find any zombies? I've got a doggo. I've got a doggo. Yep, building houses wherever they'll go. It's not pretty. It's not symmetrical. I like things to be pretty, and I like things to be symmetrical. Sometimes they say that zombies will wander in from the map edge, like after the final horde, and those don't count against the zombies that you have to kill to clear the board. And I think that only really came up once. And it was kind of important when it did come up. Like it didn't make or break the mission. But I think like this, I had a group of houses up kind of by a board edge and it had already been cleared. And then like a small burst of zombies came in, infected it. And then I went and cleared it out, and then I built a wall and some defenses and blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure that happened. I'll say it looks like I'm hunting for a good space to put a farm because I need the foods. Building a second market, yeah, maybe. I rarely do build a second market. I mean, um, if my other population centers are pretty big, hmm, I guess that's a strategy I could have used and I didn't because I do wind up building like secondary population areas, and I guess throwing another market and another bank down. I don't know if it'll let me build two banks. I think it will. I know you can't have two inns. I can't read that from here, so I don't know what the population size is on this one. I don't know what the day cutoff date is on this one. But I assume the cutoff date is somewhere in the 70s. And I also assume I'm pretty close. Which means I needed to build more power because you need power and food to build houses. Vade, 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 vade. Throwing down more. Oh, right there, I threw down another sawmill and more food. Yeah, the resource management, it's, I don't want to say it's complex because it's not really that complex, but it ain't simple. And what I mean by that is it's easy to be like, okay, I have enough food, and then completely forget that your power is inadequate to build like more than just one house, or vice versa. You know, I have a ton of power and be ready to build a bunch of houses, and then you don't have enough food. And end game, which I know I talk a lot about the end game, but end game, it gets super easy to lose track of that stuff because like you've defeated your last zombie swarm, and then all you have to do, and you've cleared the board, and then all you have to do is hit your population, and maybe you're like halfway there, okay, to your population. So you need to build a ton of houses, which means you need a ton of food and a ton of power. Um, And it's just I got into the habit of before the last swarm creating a surplus of those things, and not just creating a surplus but having like a strategy for, okay, here's where I'm going to build my food, and then okay, here's where I'm going to build my power, like, because power plants um, give you more power than mills, but they need 10 wood a piece, so they have like an upkeep cost of 10 wood a piece. um, and so making sure that you have enough sawmills to pay that upkeep is important, also because the inn has an upkeep of wood. So it's interesting that wood is so important early game, to build wood walls and to build most of your buildings. It then is so important to upgrade your tents to wood cottages, and it then becomes so important to make sure that you are paying your upkeeps for your power plants and your inn. So wood is a very versatile resource where stone really isn't. I mean, the biggest thing you need stone for is stone walls and stone houses. But even I would say that iron is more versatile than stone because you need it for guns, and you need it, you know, a lot of it for like all of your wonders. Most of the wonders are like 100 or 200 iron. That's interesting. I had not thought about it like that or contemplated it like that. Hmm. I don't know what I'm shopping for. I'm trying to put something down, but I mean, I know I need more houses right there. I like to build in rows. I do. I will say the last mission, I think I was building in vertical rows. Because I played the last mission like 5 times. I failed it 4 times. Um, anyways, I think I was building in vertical rows, and then like on time number 3, I was like, let's just build in horizontal rows. Let's just try it out, and it worked out much better. If I'm not remembering it right, that I'm flip flopping it. So if I started vertical, I went horizontal, or if I started horizontal, I went vertical. I don't remember which one it is. The point is I thought it through and I changed my mind and I evaluated what I was doing and changed it, and I think there was a better result because of that evaluation, because of that change. Point is, you can feel free to change your mind, especially after evaluation. Oh, my big potato. Veda's being a big potato. So it doesn't mean you can get towards my breakfast bowl. She's a good dog. He's a good dog. I know the show isn't about my dogs, but Veda is a very good dog. She's a very good girl. Yes, she is. What I mean by that is Veda listens, and she pretty much does everything you ask her to do. Pretty much. Pretty much. Bye bye. Bye. Have fun. Don't make a mess. Okay. Oh, I thought I was building tents for a second there. Nope. Building more wood houses. I had to build more wood houses here after the last swarm than I thought I was gonna have to. Watching this, You can build 3 or 4. Lots of times I get to the point where I'm building 5 at a time. There's several places near the end where I build like 8 or 10 houses at a time, and that does bring quite. When you're talking about stone houses, where you can just throw stone houses down, that brings quite a lot of population, which is good, which is really good. Because you don't get that population until the train comes. I'm trying to throw a market down. Evidently, I am to save myself food, which I guess I could have been building stupid fishing cottages and more farms. Let's say I'm putting a farm down right there. You okay? Vade is on guard, making sure I'm okay. Well, I'm not in any suspense because I know that we win. And I do apologize for that going into these videos. I only show you the videos where I win. So we know that I win. So good job there. There are some times though where some zombies do break through the walls and they get in and they infect the either the entire town or half of the town, and I have to like rebuild. County completed right there. And I have to like rebuild and fix stuff at the end, and that's scary. The lonely forest. Man, the map is so big and there's so many missions. So when the game first came out, it did not have the campaign mode. It was just sandboxing. And it looks like I am scrutinizing the tech tree at the moment. I can't read any of those things right there, so I can't. I wish I could tell you more about them, but I can't. But when the game first started, there was no campaign, and it was just the sandbox. And the sandbox was fun. Um, I will say, now that I've played the campaign, I am much more intimately aware of everything that can be built. Because when you first start off and you're just sandboxing it, like you don't know what anything does, and you just have to like figure it out. And you're under stress and time pressure and everything else. You just got to figure it out. And I did have some limited success with that. um, Man, this just makes me think of the last mission, which is named the Goddess of Destiny. But yeah, I pretty having played through it, I have a pretty intimate knowledge of what everything does. I think I have a little bit of things that I don't understand. Like I don't understand. I think it's prestige. Because like there's buildings that give you prestige. What I think prestige does is it makes higher level mercenaries come to the inn. I think that's what happens there. But there's only like 10 seconds left in this video. So thank you guys. This is 3 of the narrow pass, 3 out of 3, and thank you guys for sharing this with me. We here at the Dragon's Lair understand that you can spend your time anywhere on the internet. Want to thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.